What's the best way to create a memorable character who communicates without words? Few games do it better. THNICOANDSHINDOW of the Colossus. And we have got some good news for you. The animator who worked on both is coming to the 2019 Game Developers Conference in March to talk about the ins and outs of animating characters, notably Amata K. Let 3D animator Asuko Fukuyama, who worked on Icon Shadow, will join Attack K. 3D animator and artist Alexis B. GDC 2019 to present, animating memorable characters that communicate without words. It's a promising talk that's part of the exciting animation bootcamp, a day-long deep dive into all facets of animation expertise that takes place the first day, Monday, March 18th, of BD 2019, utilizing examples from Shadow of the Colossus, iCode, and Amata K. As on VR Escape Room A Must Labyrinth. This talk will focus on the techniques used by Fukuyama to help players feel connected to characters that are unable to speak, or unable to use words the player understands. The speakers will also touch on workflow changes made over the years to optimize output. It promises to be a rare look at animation techniques used to make truly expressive characters, so do not skip it. Further details on this talk and many more are available now on GDC 2019 session scheduler. There you can begin to lay out your GD 2019, which takes place March 18th through the 22nd at the newly renovated Moscone Center in San Francisco. Bring your team to GD, register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, OS. Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. How can games help players act creatively? How can game designers use the structure of their games to get someone creating pictures, building landscapes, writing poems, composing music? Game designer Holly Gramishiho hopped on stage at GD 2017 to try and help fellow game makers answer these questions by sharing a dozen different techniques that games can use to encourage player creativity. From encouraging people indirectly through adding constraints, to mediating collaborations, to distracting them from the fact that they are being asked to make something at all. It was a fascinating presentation that frankly examined the strengths and pitfalls of each technique, as well as examples where it's been used in existing games. Gamasutra also referred back to a wider realm of analog games, and participatory and interactive arts practices, and their use of play and game to prompt creative acts. It was the kind of talk that has something to offer game makers of almost any stripe. So if you did not catch it at GD, make sure to watch Gamasutra's talk, now that it's freely available on the official GD YouTube channel. In addition to this presentation, GDC Vault and its accompanying YouTube channel offers numerous other free videos, audio recordings, and slides from many of the recent Game Developers Conference events, and the service offers even more members-only content for GD Vault subscribers. Those who purchased all access passes to recent events, like GD Vault, already have full access to GD Vault, and interested parties can apply for the individual subscription via the GD Vault subscription page. Group subscriptions are also available. Game-related schools and development studios who sign up for GD Vault Studio subscriptions can receive access via their entire office or company by contacting staff via the GDC Vault Group subscription page. Finally, current subscribers with access issues can contact the Vault technical support. Gamasutra and GDC are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Conan Exiles developer Funcom has purchased a 51% majority stake in Portugal's work for Hero Studio Zona. Paradoxal specs for an undisclosed fee. Funcom and Specs have been working together since 2017, with the duo having combined on Conan Exiles, Mutant Year Zero, On to Eden, and other projects. From a strategic point of view, Funcom claims the deal will help lower development costs, while giving it access to a growing talent pool in Portugal and Spain. Speaks quality and client-focused attitude, and history of providing varied services and executing projects in different time zones, is also a good match for Funcom's growing list of projects in development, allowing them to support both internal and published projects with ease. Reads a press release. Although Funcom will be Speak's main customer following the deal, the studio will continue to act independently and collaborate with other developers. As originally posted in the Rise via Devlog, my original plan for this week's post was to talk about portals. They play a prominent role in the game's narrative, and you interact with them quite a lot. They also proved quite challenging to implement in VR. Unfortunately, we are a few days behind on finishing them, so I decided to change gears. I still remember the first time I saw someone working the aptly named Houdini. I'd be damned if it did not look like black magic to me. Frankly, I thought he was some kind of genius that was using extremely complicated software to achieve the impossible. He was making a wooden bridge suspended with ropes. What made me stare off was that the longer he made the bridge, the more planks appeared on their own. For those who do not know, procedural models are models that can be easily modified by the user interface. So instead of modeling just one bridge, you do the work once and have access to infinite bridge variations, with no extra effort. The bridge I saw a couple of years ago by Feline Arts. My primary occupation in animate is programming. Until recently, I knew just enough about modeling to be able to communicate with the artists in the team. Over the holidays, I decided to give Houdini a try, and I was surprised by how easy it was to create procedural models with it. I would argue it is easier for programmers to use than it is for artists. I was instantly hooked and spent about a month trying to create the ultimate procedural column just for fun. Imagine how excited I was when Anya designed a level of Razvia that required 3 peers standing next to each other in a small dock. We finally had an opportunity to test Houdini with our workflow. I asked Costas for a plank so I could get started. I created a line with variable length and distribution of points and exposed these parameters to the user interface. In a few minutes, I had the following result. Drawing the line. Then I had but to instantiate a plank on each point, and I had suddenly turned into the dark wizard that made geometry appear out of nowhere. Hocus pocus. Plankacadabra. Of course, using only one single plank made a rather boring result. Next step was to spice things up a little by having Costas model a couple more planks. I had Houdini go over each point and randomly selected one of the 3 planks using each point in it as the seed. That worked, but since Houdini's random function is deterministic, plank 0 would be the same on all peers. That's why I exposed a random seed to the user interface. I added this seed to the previous one, making it possible to re-roll the dice at will. I also wanted the planks to change for pairs of different lengths, so I added the length to the seed. Random is not always bad. Pretty varied already, right? What could we do to increase variety without creating additional planks? I know